Afghanistan, a war zone, a poor country. These are the ideas that people often have about this country. But what if I told you that there is much more? So today I'm going to bring you 28 curiosities that you probably didn't know about this country. And more than one of them will leave you impressed. Number 1. Frequent flag changes. Throughout its history, Afghanistan has undergone frequent flag changes to reflect political and social changes. From the time of the Afshari dynasty until the proclamation of independence in 1919, the flags varied between tricolors and solid colors. In 1928, King Amanullah Khan introduced a tricolor flag of black, red, and green, symbolizing the past, the blood shed for independence, and the hope for the future. However, this flag was short-lived due to a conservative uprising. The Republic in 1973 brought a new flag with horizontal stripes and a shield with a golden eagle. The 1978 revolution brought another modification, but it was not until 1980 that a horizontal tricolor flag without the shield was adopted. During the Islamic era in 1992, the Mujahideen used different flags, and in 1997, the Taliban introduced a white flag with the Shahada. After the fall of the Taliban in 2001, a new flag with traditional colors was adopted. Throughout these changes, the flag has been a dynamic symbol of Afghanistan's complex history. Number 2. Prehistoric sites. Afghanistan, home to prehistoric sites, stands out as one of the places where agricultural communities emerged about 50,000 years ago. This archaeological finding indicates that Afghanistan was one of the first places where humanity took its first steps towards agriculture, making a milestone in the history of human development. Number 3. Change of government in 2001. In 2001, the Taliban government was overthrown, and Afghanistan underwent a significant change with the installation of a new leadership under President Hamid Karzai. This moment marked not only a political change, but also the beginning of a new phase in the country's reconstruction, with the name change to the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. Number 4. The Afghan Parliament and its structure. The Afghan Parliament, composed of the House of Elders and the House of the People, reflects a unique combination of cultural traditions and political modernization. The coexistence of these two chambers offers a fascinating glimpse into how Afghanistan blends its heritage with the demands of an ever-evolving society. Number 5. Territorial division into provinces. Divided into 34 provinces, each with its own governor, Afghanistan has an organizational structure that attempts to balance local autonomy with central administration. This territorial division reflects the geographical and cultural diversity of the country, with each province being a unique microcosm within the nation. Number 6. Grape cultivation. Afghanistan, a world leader in grape diversity, cultivates 37 varieties of this fruit. This astonishing fact highlights the country's agricultural richness and its contribution to the world of viticulture. From table grapes to wine grapes, Afghanistan is a melting pot of flavors and grape varieties. Number 7. Resort and pool restrictions. With only 30 resorts nationwide and restrictions on women's access to swimming pools, Afghanistan reveals a unique facet of its cultural and social norms. These restrictions not only shape access to recreation, but also shed light on the complexities of social interactions and gender in the country. Afghanistan, with its flag changes, rich prehistoric deposits, governmental transformation in 2001, distinctive parliament and provincial territorial division, prominent grape cultivation, and unique restrictions in resorts and pools, presents itself as a country full of contrasts where history, culture, and social dynamics intertwine in a unique way. Number 8. Natural resource wealth. Despite its economic challenges, Afghanistan is a treasure trove of national resources, including gold, silver, oil, chrome, natural gas, precious and semi-precious stones, salt, and iron ore. The paradox between this wealth and its economic situation reflects the complex challenges the country faces in effectively harnessing and managing these resources. Number 9. Minaret of Jam. The Minaret of Jam in the province of Badghis is an impressive landmark. Considered one of the greatest examples of Eastern Islamic art, the 65-meter-high minaret is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Its majesty not only highlights Afghanistan's architectural richness, but also underscores the country's role in preserving world heritage. Number 10. Buzkashi, National Game. Buzkashi, a national game of Afghanistan, is unique and ancient. In this sport, two teams of riders compete to catch a goat and carry it to the goal while riding on horseback. With centuries of history, Buzkashi not only reflects horsemanship, but also symbolizes resilience and tradition, deeply rooted in Afghan culture. Number 11. Afghan hospitality. Despite the challenges, Afghans are known for their hospitality. The warmth with which they welcome visitors, even in difficult circumstances, underscores the strength of the community and the generosity ingrained in Afghan culture. In Afghanistan, hospitality is an expression of resilience and solidarity. Number 12. Pork ban. The strict enforcement of Islamic law in Afghanistan includes a total ban on the consumption of pork. This restriction, consistent with Islamic principles, underscores the importance of religious practices in daily life and conformity with Islamic principles in Afghan society. Number 13. Photo of the Afghan Girl. Captured by Steve McCurry in a refugee camp in 1984, the iconic photograph of the Afghan Girl became a global symbol, highlighting resilience and humanity in the face of adversity. The image brought the story of a young Afghan girl to the heart of the world. Number 14. Changes in women's dress. In the 1940s, Afghan women wore skirts and dresses. The use of the burqa was prohibited. This change in women's clothing over time reflects the social changes and gender dynamics in Afghanistan's recent history. Afghanistan, with its wealth of natural resources, the majestic minarets of Jam, the ancient national sport of Buzkashi, its unique hospitality, the prohibition of pork under Islamic law, the famous photograph of the Afghan Girl, and the changes in women's dress continues to reveal fascinating layers of its history, culture, and society. 15. Afghan currency, Afghani. Afghanistan has its own currency called the Afghani, which is equivalent to about $60. This national currency, unique in design and name, reflects Afghanistan's economic independence and identity in the global financial arena. Number 16. Agriculture is the main source of income. Despite its abundance of natural resources, agriculture remains the primary source of income in Afghanistan. With crops such as tobacco, cotton, rice, vegetables, fruits, and nuts, the country retains its agricultural roots, demonstrating the importance of land and crops to economic livelihood. Number 17. Language adoption, Afghan, Persian, and Pashto. Afghan Persian and Pashto are the primary languages spoken by the Afghan population. This linguistic diversity reflects the country's rich cultural heritage, where different communities express themselves in languages that have evolved over centuries, creating a unique blend of linguistic expression. Number 18. The number 39 and superstition. In Afghanistan, the number 39 has created a strange aversion among the population, especially in relation to car license plates. This superstition has had a significant impact on vehicle sales, as people refuse to purchase cars with license plates bearing the stigmatized number. It's also speculated that the aversion may be related to a well-known pimp having the number 39 on his license plate, while others attribute this superstition to ancient forms of numerical calculation called abjad. The situation has led embarrassed drivers with 39 plates to try unsuccessfully to sell their cars, and some have even paid to have their number changed. The director of Kabul's traffic department attributes the superstition to ignorance and accuses car brokers of taking advantage of the situation. The aversion to the number 39 also extends to age and phone numbers, affecting the daily lives of Afghans. Despite efforts to dispel the superstition, the population eagerly awaits the end of the 39 series on license plates. Number 19. Highest mountain, Noshaq. Afghanistan's highest mountain, called Noshaq, rises majestically to 7,492 meters above sea level. Not only is it a natural wonder, but it also serves as a geographical landmark, marking the border with Pakistan. Noshaq represents the imposing presence of mountain formations in a country known not only for its deserts, but also for its towering peaks. 20. Election of the Mayor of Kabul. In the capital city of Kabul, the mayor is appointed directly by the president. This unique selection process highlights the centralization of power in the capital and how local administration is directly linked to the decisions of the national leadership. Number 21. The history of saffron in the Afghan economy. In the 1940s, Afghanistan invested in saffron production, which became one of the main drivers of its economy. This period in Afghanistan's economic history underscores how crop diversification can have a significant impact on a country's economic development. With its unique Afghan currency, agriculture as its economic backbone, the adaptation of different languages, superstitions surrounding the number 39, the majesty of Mount Noshaq, the different election of the mayor of Kabul, and the history of saffron, Afghanistan continues to weave a compelling narrative about its identity, challenges, and achievements over time. Number 22. Political borders. Afghanistan, officially known as the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan, is located in the Asian region and shares borders with several countries. To the south, it shares territorial borders with Pakistan, while to the east it is bordered by Iran. To the west, it shares borders with Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan, linking it to various nations in Central Asia. To the north, it borders imposing China, completing a strategic and diverse geographic location. This geographic location places Afghanistan at a cultural and political crossroads, where influences from the Middle East and Central Asia converge. The diversity of its neighbors contributes to Afghanistan's cultural richness and historical complexity, marking its identity as a bridge between different worlds. Through its borders, Afghanistan shares not only territorial boundaries, but also exchanges traditions, languages, and experiences, contributing to the formation of a unique nation in the Asian cultural tapestry. Number 23. Biomes. Although much of Afghanistan's territory is characterized by a desert or semi-desert climate, the presence of fertile valleys in certain regions stands out. These valleys, oases of fertility in the midst of arid landscapes, provide a surprising and vital contrast for local agriculture. They contain arable land that supports a variety of crops, from grains to fruits and vegetables. These fertile valleys are not only critical to the food security of local communities, but have also played a fundamental historical role in Afghanistan's agricultural development. Ancient civilizations used these favorable lands for agriculture, creating oases of prosperity in the midst of challenging environments. The existence of fertile valleys not only highlights the adaptability of life in Afghanistan, but also underscores the strategic importance of these areas in a country where geographic and climatic conditions can vary widely. These valleys, with their ability to sustain life and crop growth, are a testament to the tenacity and skill of Afghan communities in utilizing the resources available in their environment. Number 24. Culture. Afghanistan is a diverse nation rooted in tribal traditions that vary from region to region. In the south and east, Pashtun culture, guided by Pashtwani, emphasizes hospitality, sheltering the needy, and blood vengeance. Pashtuns associated with South Asian culture have influenced non-Pashtun communities through Pashtunization. Tribal solidarity and respect for personal honor define Afghan society, especially among the Pashtuns. Afghanistan has preserved its heritage, but recent conflicts threaten its cultural heritage. The National Museum of Afghanistan in Kabul strives to preserve the country's rich history, but challenges remain in protecting its cultural heritage. Number 25. Cuisine. Afghanistan also boasts a rather intriguing cuisine. Kormas, stews based on onions and tomatoes are common, such as korma-i-gost with meat or korma arabakora tanakud with prunes, lentils, and cardamom. Mantu, dumplings filled with meat, are steamed and served with tomato sauce and yogurt. Afghan kebab, often made with lamb, stands out, as does chapli kebab, a ground beef burger. Afghan chicken uses ingredients such as cream, butter, and yogurt. Desserts include shir korma, a traditional dessert based on milk and rice. Beverages include dooj, a mixture of water, yogurt, and mint, and Afghan celebrations often include tea and white sugar-coated almonds during festivals such as Eid-i-Qurban. Each region and ethnicity in Afghanistan has its own culinary characteristics, such as the emphasis on meat in Pushtun cuisine or the influence of various cuisines in Hazara cuisine. Special occasions are celebrated with tea and sweets, reinforcing the importance of food in Afghan culture. Number 26. Religion. Afghanistan is an Islamic republic where Sunni Islam of the Hanafi school, especially the purified form influenced by the Deobandi school, is dominant. The Taliban, following this interpretation, imposed strict Islamic laws that discriminated against the Shiite Muslims, especially Hazaras, and prohibited freedom of expression on religious matters. The constitution limits the political rights of non-Muslims, and discrimination has affected sheikhs, forcing them to wear identity cards. The non-Muslim population has declined significantly, and minorities face discrimination and repression. Number 27. Afghan Civil War. The Afghan Civil War, ranging from 1992 to 1996, followed the collapse of the Afghan socialist regime, with Islamic fundamentalist factions vying for power. After the defeat of the Democratic Republic in 1992, Islamist factions fought for control, dividing Kabul. Hezb-e-Islami, backed by Pakistan, attacked the city, resulting in intense fighting and the deaths of thousands of civilians. In June of 1992, Burhanuddin Rabbani became head of state. The conflict escalated in 1993 with failed power-sharing agreements. In 1994, Hezb-e-Islami lost ground to new alliances and the rise of the Taliban with the support of Pakistan. Number 28. Landlocked. Afghanistan in Central Asia covers 647,500 square kilometers, with no access to the sea. Bordered by Pakistan to the southeast, Tajikistan to the north, Iran to the west, Turkmenistan to the northwest, Uzbekistan to the north, and China to the northeast, it has no direct access to the sea. Its mountainous geography, dominated by the Hindu Kush, limits its land borders to over 5,500 kilometers with 6 countries. The lack of a coastline has influenced its history and economy, marking its landlocked character and dependence on land routes for trade and international communication. These are some of the most curious aspects of Afghanistan, from its economy and history to its cultural development. Many often imagine this country as chaotic due to preconceptions, but with all this, we can see that it's also filled with quality people and various forms of wealth. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. See you next time.